There's some trainers who have been knee-deep in competitive Pokemon for near decades long, and today, we're battling one of them. Enter Aaron Cybertron Zhang. He's been playing competitive Pokemon since 2008, became a national champion in 2011, and has over half a dozen top finishes at the regional level. Now, I've been blessed because in the past, I had the chance to commentate with Aaron during my casting career for the Pokemon Company, and he's continued casting long after I left the mic. With all that being said, this is a Goliath to my David in terms of experience, skill level, and Pokemon knowledge. Now, I know that seems to be the running league for this league, but that's okay. We're here to give it our all against some of the most experienced players in the world. So for now, let's go ahead and look at Aaron's draft and try to see if we can find any holes in it. Okay, so I'm not seeing many holes here. Now, for the sake of time, both here and even when I was prepping with Thought Bubble, we decided to ignore the 3 cheapest Pokemon that Aaron had, as we feel like the chances of them coming against my draft were very, very slim. So Dugtrio, Toedscool, and Yanma, you better stay on the bench. Now, the thing about Aaron's draft is that he's actually managed to grab 3 of the best duos in this regulation. So let's go ahead and break down what those duo Pokemon are. First and foremost, the most obvious one, Dondozo and Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri is an all-around great Pokemon with high special attack, but frail defenses. Its moveset most commonly packs spread moves like Muddy Water and Icy Wind, the latter of which acts as speed control. However, the main reason people choose to run this Pokemon has to be one of its abilities, Commander. See, when it's on the field with the Dondozo, it hops into its mouth, boosting all of the Dondozo's stats by 2 and locking the Dondozo onto the battlefield. Now, when Dondozo eats its sushi, it is an absolute monster. This thing has a massive HP stat and great defense, making it really only vulnerable by its low special defense and lower speed. But when both of those are brought up by 2 stages thanks to Tatsugiri, Dondozo doesn't have too much to fear. Wave Crash does insane damage from Dondozo, and it often runs Earthquake for spread damage. Order Up is Dondozo's signature move, and depending on what form of Tatsugiri it ate, one of its stats will get boosted even further when it uses this attack. Dozo also gets access to Yawn, which is just a really good support move for a monster that's already going to be destroying cities. This pair is just such a menace, so prepping for the stat-boosted Dondozo is a must. Now, Aaron's next pair is probably just as threatening, not just in pure damage, but in the versatility that one of these Pokemon bring. Enter Murkrow and Goldango. Goldango usually has one job: deal massive damage. Its signature move, Make It Rain, is a strong Steel-type move that hits both Pokemon for massive damage and lowers its own special attack by 2 stages. Picture like a steel spread Draco Meteor. Because of this, a ton of Goldango actually run Nasty Plot to either boost their special attack up high enough to secure knockouts or to recover what they lost. But the latter only happens if the field warrants it. But there's another way for Goldango to recover its lost special attack stat. Enter Murkrow. Murkrow is such a versatile support Pokemon. It has the ability Prankster, which allows for any non-damaging move to be given +1 in speed priority. So even if Murkrow has a lower speed stat, it'll more often than not go before other Pokemon. And in those support moves is the move Haze. This move resets all stat changes on the field, which means that Goldango is free to spam Make It Rain, while before the move actually goes off for the turn, Murkrow can bring Goldango back up to full strength with Haze. Of course, there's a ton of other use cases for Murkrow too, like Priority Tailwind to speed up Aaron's team, Priority Quash to make one of my fast Pokemon go last. It can set up weather with priority. The list is near endless. And that is why this Pokemon is such a pain to deal with and to prep for. But that's the end of Aaron's second pair. Now, I've saved what I think is the best pair for last. And it's not the best because it's the most common or the most effective, but it's the best specifically because it counters my team so hard. I'm looking at you, Galarian Weezing, and Slacking. Slacking is an absolute monster on the stat side. It has 160 attack and 150 HP with base 100 speed. Its only downsides are its special defense and its awful ability, Truant. Truant only lets Slacking move once every other turn. After using an attack, if the trainer selects a move, Slacking will loaf around until the next turn. But if you remove the ability, this thing becomes a destructive force. This thing becomes borderline unfair. And would you look at that, Galarian Weezing just so happens to have an ability called Neutralizing Gas. This ability turns off all other abilities on the field. Not only is this so good for Slacking, but this brutalizes my draft almost entirely. Most of my Pokemon rely so heavily on their abilities, like my Guts Ursaluna or my Psychic Surge Indeedee paired with my Unburdened Drifblim. And it's my entire draft. So not only will I not be able to do my thing while Galarian Weezing is around, but Slacking will be able to do more than it ever should be able to. And because of that, I have no doubt that these two are coming on Aaron's team. Now with that, Aaron's last Pokemon is Pawmont. Now I could see this Pokemon coming because Revival Blessing is a really cool move that can revive a fainted Pokemon and bring it back to battle. However, it is a fighting type and I do have Psy Spam available on my team, So I could very easily just see Aaron bringing his 3 incredible pairs and leaving this behind. So that's exactly what we decided to prep against. Here's what we got. Ndidi's up first, and absolutely my favorite part of this entire prep is Ndidi holding the ability shield and packing the move Trick. Ability shield is an item that makes sure my ability cannot be stopped by neutralizing gas, so my terrain can get in place no matter what. I'd also love to trick it onto slacking so its ability also cannot be stopped, and it would be back to only attacking every other turn. Trick Room is our mode of choice, and we have Follow Me for support. Psychic is our only damaging move here, and for those of you in the comments who have been saying, Shady, you should be running Expanding Force on Ndidi, this Pokemon doesn't learn it. Ndidi male learns Expanding Force, but Ndidi female does not. See, we're all learning something here. Up next is Armarouge. We're running Trick Room in this thing as a backup, and Armor Cannon Expanding Force for our main damage. We're also packing Clear Smog for the Dondozo here. Clear Smog is a poison type move that removes all stat changes on the Pokemon it makes contact with. Now, if Dondozo is Terra Steel, this move is a wasted slot, but I'm hoping it's not. We're packing Focus Sash to hopefully catch Aaron off guard and survive something we shouldn't. Up next is Drifblim. We're holding the Psychic Seed so that if Weezing is gone, we can get our Unburden boost the turn this thing comes out. We've got Will-O-Wisp for Aaron's heavy hitters like Slacking and Dozo, and Haze to reset the stats of Dondozo if Armarouge can't swing it. We've also got Strength Sap for recovery and neutering threats, and Shadow Ball as our only damaging move. Up next is Papa Bear Ursaluna. It's a standard set, except because of the threat of Galarian Weezing, we're not running Flame Orb. We're still Guts in case we get the opportunity to burn ourselves with Drifblim after the Weezing goes down, but that does free up our item slot for leftovers, which led me to running Substitute on the bear. I really like Substitute on Ursaluna, and I think if we get Trick Room off, we actually may have something here. And before I forget, I did mention it briefly, but Thoth Bubble, thank you so much for helping with all this prep. Our 5th Pokemon is Houndoom. Now, this is a weird one. Houndoom's main job is to get Will-O-Wisp off at lightning speed against any threats, which is why it is packing Choice Scarf. Of course, Slacking under Tailwind will still destroy me before I can burn it, but hopefully the lead isn't Murkrow Slacking. It's running Overheat and Dark Pulse for damage, and Destiny Bond just in case that ends up being my only out against something like Dozo. Now, our final Pokemon is Scrafty. Intimidate helps against physical threats, and we've got Fake Out for when our terrain runs out. We're packing Knockoff and Drain Punch for stab damage. We built this lad bulky on the HP side to hopefully sustain some hits. And with that, it's time for us to jump into the live battles. Be sure to support and cheer on the Mankeys by leaving a like down below. Now, let's get it. We're going up against Cybertron, and it is time to see if your Mankeys can pull through against one of the best drafts in the league. I might say that every single week. I just might. Let's see what terrors he has. We're gonna exchange them once we are in team preview. Here we go. So he is bringing, okay, he's bringing the 6 that I absolutely thought he would bring. So this is top heavy draft. We see Tatsu is water, Murkrow is ghost, Weezing is dark, Slacking is ghost, and Golden Go being fairy is awesome. Okay, so it's not water, it's fairy. Because we see Slacking, Weezing, I think it's gonna be the gas. Gonna have the noxious gas. It's not gonna be Misty Terrain, which is like half good, half bad. I am definitely going to go with this lead. Just gonna go Loon and Mega Man Battle Network 3. Shout outs to all my all the Mega Man Battle Network fans. We're gonna bring Papa, and I think we're gonna go Drifblim here for the, it's not great underneath Trick Room, but it is our Will-O-Wisper. We have a lot of different ways to shut off Slacking. If the lead most likely Golden Go Murkrow or Slacking Weezing. Let's see what he decides to do for game 1. This is gonna be tough. We could just get slammed. Well, let's see what happens. We're gonna see Weezing and Slacking frame 1. Okay, this is like half fun for me. This is half fun. We see neutralizing gas, it fills the area. I will immediately reveal my ability shield, which hopefully he just did not see coming. And now there's one of 2 options here. Is Weezing dark? Weezing is Terra Dark. So that's kind of brutal. We can go Follow Me instead of the Trick Room. I could also just completely neuter the Slacking by tricking it right now, the ability shield, which I think I'm going to do. And then I'm gonna just Expanding Force, because at the end of the day, if I don't Follow Me, I am probably gonna lose Mega Man. I actually probably won't lose Mega Man Battle Network. I'm gonna go Expanding Force. We're gonna see Terra Dark frame 1, I'm guessing. I don't think it's gonna be Slacking Ghost here. We're gonna see Terra Dark. I almost wanted the Armor Cannon that slot, but I wasn't even sure if it O-code, and I want to learn if the Weezing is faster outside of Trick Room or if it's slower. I'm going to use that information for later. So we're going to see Earthquake here. Earthquake is spread move. That's actually pretty brutal. A crit on Lewin. Is that going to matter? We see Life Orb on the Slacking. We're going to trick the Slacking. Slacking now has its ability back. Okay? Ability shield. It is now has Truant. And honestly, that's all the content I wanted. We're gonna see Sludge Wave. Okay, so we are just unfortunately gonna see a double knockout here. And another crit! I guess as long as one of those crits happened, I lose that. That's brutal. unfortunately. I could have ran wide guard, and that would have just been a very, very easy situation. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we're in a good spot at all because our Unburden will not proc here. I learned this the hard way. I'm pretty sure even if Weezing switches out or gets knocked out, Unburden will not proc. Terra Dark Sludge Wave, and if Tatu's in the back, I no longer have a Smog to deal with it, so we're kind of in a rough spot here. I think the best thing I can do probably is just straight up protect my Papa, and I'm going to Will-O-Wisp my own bear. My Drifloon is still faster than my Ursaluna, so I can Will-O-Wisp my own bear and get it behind a sub. That will help somewhat, somehow, some way. We're gonna see Truant go off thanks to the ability shield. I love that for me. We're gonna Wisp here, and the reason why we're gonna do that is because once we get rid of the Weezing, my Guts will be online, and that's really all I can do. We're gonna see Taunt come out on the Drifloon. Makes perfect sense. It's gonna go ahead and make it so that I can't, but we know that Drifloon was faster outside of the Trick Room, which is nice. We'll get our sub up here, and then I don't really know what the plan is. I kind of like, I do need to get rid of the slacking, but I also don't need to get rid of the slacking right away because it is in every other attacker. I can Terra Ghost here. I don't think that's going to do much for me. I can Terra Grass. That's also not going to do much for me. We're going to Terra Ghost just in case slacking has a fighting type move and he wants to break the sub. We'll see how that goes. And then I'm just going to Shadow Ball the Weezing. Unfortunately, I'm not running Air Slash right now. This is like the one instance where I would have loved to have had Air Slash, but we did go Shadow Ball for the Golden Go. Dude, the double spread move when I have Wide Guard, like potential on the Armarouge is so huge. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I really don't know what I'm going to do against that setup for game 2. I'm trying to think about game 2 because I do feel like this one is kind of chalked. We'll see if anything comes out of it though. Honestly, getting a knockout would be great so I don't get 4-0'd. That would be stellar for sure. And maybe slacking reveals something here. But I think the Earthquake, well, actually, was the Earthquake? Ooh, Weezing just protects. Oh, it's brutal. Okay, that's brutal. Let's see what slacking does. Does it go for a knockoff? It goes for a double edge. Ooh, the Terra Ghost matters. Okay, huge. Okay, that's great. That's awesome. That's fine for me. That's fine. So I think here, what we're gonna do, Papa uses Facade into the Protect. Sad, but not the end of the world. We are slowly going to get burned here, but I do have my lefties. We are packing lefties on Papa, so we're gonna mitigate the burn damage at least with that. Now, the Weezing spot is pretty free to Facade here. I can't Headlong Rush while Weezing's on the board, and I do also think all I can do is click Shadow Ball because I'm taunted. That makes my turn really easy, and I'm not gonna I mean, I could Shadow Ball the slacking slot, expecting something to come in. There's actually a really good chance that Tatsugiri comes in on the right and Dondozo comes in on the left, and I'm gonna not get any damage off because of the way that interaction works. I actually foresee that happening. I do foresee that happening, and I've already accepted it, and that's okay. That is okay. Because the Shadow Ball wouldn't have done much damage into that slot regardless. It is what it is. Okay, no, slacking stays in. There's the Truant. Shadow Ball into the Weezing. Probably just a tiny bit of baby damage here. Not a lot, not very effective. Cool, awesome. Strange Stream. So on Weezing, we've seen Sludge Wave, Strange Steam, Taunts, and nothing else. Ursaluna's still behind a sub, and we get a knockout. This is gone now. This feels good. Honestly, the fact that slacking can't hit either of my Pokemon right now for super effective damage is really, really nice. And we are still behind a sub, and slacking's on that every other turn grind. And I have Protect on Ursaluna. So if we can get rid of every other Pokemon but slacking, I can eventually win the war of slacking. I don't have Protect on my Drifloon, unfortunately, because that would just be amazing. We're gonna see Dozo come out. Okay, so he does have the Dozo, unfortunately. And Macy's is still taunted, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All I can really do is Facade the Dozo slot and hope that Tatsugiri doesn't come in or that I crit him. I still can't click Haze, so I will just Shadow Ball the Dozo. If he did bring the Geary, my Drifloon just goes down here to +2, +2, +2 Dozo. Then I'm still left with an Ursa behind a sub, but I don't think we 2 a KO. Oh no, we see Protect. Whoa! Okay, I really didn't expect that. Let's see what slacking goes for. Oh, this is a Truant turn. So he gets a completely free turn, which is kind of obviously very bad for me. However, there is a chance. Ooh, okay. Facade goes into the Protect. There's a chance now the Taunt wears off here. I think the Taunt might wear off here. I might have to take a big play here if the Taunt wears off. Let's see. Taunt does wear off. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I haven't obviously shown Protect yet. Ooh, does he have Sucker Punch? I'm gonna Protect. I kind of want to like frame one Haze, but that feels bad. I think we just go for the Will-O-Wisp on the Dozo. Yeah, I think we're just supposed to Will-O-Wisp the Dozo here. Just protected, so it's free into that slot. If he swaps into his final Pokemon, it could be a Golden Go, but that would be pretty rough if I've been clicking Shadow Ball into that slot. So I don't think he'll do that. I think we just go for the Willow on that slot. Hopefully it pays off. I kind of want to predict the Tatsugiri and go for the Haze on this turn, but I don't think that would think that would be one of the biggest faux pas if it didn't happen. It would be pure content if it did, but I don't think Slacking's gonna switch out now after it wasted its true return. It wants to stay in here. I definitely could have already had this Slacking. Oh, he is gonna withdraw. Oh, it's gonna be the Giri. I could have hazed right there. There's the Tatsugiri. All right, the hope here is that he goes for the Ursaluna, but I just don't see that happening. I do not see that happening. That's +2, +2, +2. There's a world where maybe he does. Oh my gosh, all those stats. Please tell me for some reason you went into this Pokemon. I don't think you did. There's no reason for you to do it in hindsight. Wave Crash, I'm dead. I'm physically defensive, but I'm missing HP here. Unfortunately, I live the Wave Crash. If not for that, that's a dagger to say the least. And I think we're kind of chalked now in this game. I don't have Protect on the Drifblim, so I couldn't like do any shenanigans there, unfortunately. And this will be a quick and painful game one. We'll see if we can get a knockout here with like with a crit facade. After he gets rid of my sub with something, right? He can use pretty much anything to get rid of my sub. It's just a 1v1 now. It's really it's a 3v1. Oh, and then is there even a reason for him to adjust? There's really no reason for him to adjust. The ability shield trick was very cool, and I'm glad it got to happen. But Earthquake plus Sludge Wave is really, really rough. We're gonna see Order Up here. Okay, that's gonna break my sub, obviously. It's Order Up. And I literally need a crit facade here. It's the only way to keep me even remotely in this game. And even then, I don't know if it does. We're going to see the attack boost here because of the type of Tatsugiri it is. And there's no crit. Okay, so unfortunately, that will probably put me out of this game 3-1. Oh, what can I do? Okay, let's start thinking about it. If he leads the same way, the only thing I can think to do is go Houndoom and Will-O-Wisp the Slacking frame 1. I think that's the only thing I can think to do. I brought a Choice Scarf Houndoom for that specific reason. And unfortunately, Follow Me is not going to clutch it. Sendozo hit by the recoil. It didn't faint though, right? No, it didn't faint. Okay. We lose 3-1, 3-0 rather. 3-0 to our first game against Aaron. That was a brutal, brutal loss. But we're going to see if we can pick it up in game number 2. We're definitely leading with our Hades. I think I could see me leading with Scrafty and just completely foregoing Trick Room here, but that does feel a little bad. I'm going to need to bring Armorers for the Clear Smog on the Dozo, regardless, which feels a little bad, but I think that leading Hades and clicking Will-O-Wisp on Slacking is like the best thing I got. I would like to have an immunity in the back to Earthquakes. That would be cool, but what does this lead do to stop Slacking? I mean, I burn it, and then I fake out the Wheezing, I guess. I do think we'll see Golden Go Murkrow here. No, there's no reason. Why would he switch it? He would switch it because content and because I don't have an answer. That's more so the reason, right? I could Macy's lead and then I wouldn't be unburdened because I'm not fast enough. I mean, I need to bring Papa. Oh, this is tough. Do I leave Scrafty behind? I should have brought Super Fang Scrafty. That would actually have been sick. We're gonna leave it behind and we're gonna lead, no, that's a bad lead. All right, well, we're locking it in, baby. Literally do not have a way to proc my Psychic Seed, but we are locking it in. I'm leading Drifblim, and I am We're gonna see Wheezing Slacking again, because why not? Second verse, same as the first. We're getting the Houndoom in here, neutralizing gas. That's fine. I am going to Will-O-Wisp. I almost literally want to click Destiny Bond. I really do. Slacking has what Terra? Slacking is Terra Ghost. I think we just Will-O-Wisp it. I could Strength Sap it, actually. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp and Strength Sap it. It did so much damage. Choice Scarf Will-O-Wisp could do work. If I miss, woo, it'll be tough. It will be tough. All right, Will-O-Wisp does connect. He's burned. We know he's Life Orb, so he's not got a Lum on here. That's cool. Slacking is a little bit neutered. And now instead of having 160 attack, it has 80. We're gonna see a double edge into the Doom. I do survive, just barely, by the way. And then we're gonna see Recoil, Life Orb, and then I'm gonna Strength Sap it. So this Pokemon now, even though it's very strong, it is no longer a huge threat. We're probably gonna see the Taunt, which is fine. Houndoom did what it needed to do, if I'm honest with you. Houndoom absolutely did what it needed to do, but I really want to get the Destiny Bond off. So what I'm going to do is very, very suboptimal play. I'm going to go out of the Papa here. Do I just keep this thing in here? No, well, this thing also has haze. To be fair, this thing has haze. I didn't need to bring Rouge. I'm actually going to stay and I'm just going to Shadow Ball the Wheezing. I want Destiny Bond to go off, okay? That's what I want. I would say a -1 Slacking that is burned shouldn't be doing crazy damage. We'll see knockoff here. My Unburden still won't trigger, by the way. Unburden still won't trigger. We'll see Life Orb recoil, and then we're gonna see Shadow Ball go into the Wheezing. It no longer resists, so that's cool. We'll get a little bit of damage off on there. Any special defense drop? No special defense drop. Strange Steam is gonna hurt a decent amount, but not crazy. We do not have time to set a sub up. Not at all. We know that Wheezing potentially has Protect, so I wanna play around that a little bit. I would say let's go Protect, and let's go probably see Knockoff into this slot, right? If anything, to take it out. It's not gonna do too much, so let's just go Shadow Ball into the Wheezing again. That way, if he protects the Wheezing, you know, we make the middle ground play. I get some damage on the Wheezing if he doesn't protect, and I protect my Ursaluna, which is obviously the big threat here on the board. It is my damage dealer. Not that I know if I can, I mean, I could get Trick Room up now, once Wheezing is gone, because the taunt is still real. Slacking is gonna get withdrawn straight up, which is wild, because I did almost attack that slot. We're gonna see Dondozo straight up come in, and then we're gonna see the Terra Dark from the Wheezing, so now it resists the Shadow Ball. Oh man, it's crazy how Terra Dark is putting in work here. But that means that he probably didn't protect, right? I imagine that means he did not protect, which is annoying, but maybe he targeted down my Ursa. Shadow Ball, once again, goes into this slot. That's fine. Not very effective. Any special defense drop? No special defense drop. We are going to see the taunts into the bear who protected. Ooh, okay. A couple things can happen here. We could see Dozo just take out Macy's again, which would be brutal. Definitely would be brutal. I think my job here, like I want my Hades to take out the Dondozo with Destiny Bond, if I'm just being completely honest with you guys. What I do think happens here is probably protect Wheezing or swap Wheezing. So I'm going to Headlong Rush. I'm gonna Terra and Headlong Rush Dozo, and I'm going to Shadow Ball Dozo. Withdraws Wheezing. Okay, at least we put 2 attacks into the correct slot, you know? That's cool. I do think the Drifloon just goes down here, unfortunately. And there's not much I could do about it. I'd say the good thing is, though, we have 2 options here. We can go out into Doom and get our silly play off if we want. Or we can go out into, it depends who he knocks out, really, right? If he knocks out the Ursaluna, which, I mean, I Terra'd, there's a chance that Ursaluna Wave Crash just kills me even when I Terra, because I'm Terra Ghost and not Terra Grass. It's totally possible, but I think he's semi-afraid of the Drifloon being able to click moves, but it's still taunted, so probably not. Maybe the play was just to go for double protect, not Terrestrialize at all. We'll see. We're gonna see Wave Crash into the Drifloon. Okay, so I did not need to Terra. Wave Crash does take out Drifloon. It is what it is. It is what it is. Thankfully, the Slacking is bird in the back. I've not given up on this battle at all. This one's like not away from me yet, in my opinion. We're gonna go for the Headlong Rush, right? That's pretty okay, because now what we can do, our defenses are down, brutal for sure, but I think I have a guaranteed Trick Room here. I can't guarantee that he attacks Hades, but I can guarantee get my Trick Room up. So that's nice. I think that's the only play I can make. We will protect with Papa, as obvious as it is. It literally does not matter. It does not matter that it's obvious. I just click Trick Room, because I will clear Smog next turn. We're gonna go for the protect. Thankfully, the taunt never happened. We're gonna see Wave Crash into Armor Rouge, that's fine. We're gonna live on 1 because I am running Focus Sash for this scenario specifically. We're gonna see massive recoil here, and then Trick Room is up. Trick Room is up. The dimensions are twisted. I'm feeling happy about it. I don't know, though. I don't know that Headlong Rush actually takes out Dozo. So I think maybe the best play. Let's see. I mean, Expanding Force has to take him out, right? Your special defense, even though it's up, it's not high, but at the same time, I don't have the terrain. I should probably, we're supposed to allow it to be able to calc. I should probably just do this. Dondozo, no Misty Terrain. Yeah, I can't check. Let's do Substitute, and we'll just find out one way or the other. We'll find out one way or the other right now. I just have a bad feeling it won't. I have a bad feeling it won't. But let's see. It's not enough. Okay, that's unfortunate. Super unfortunate for me. It is what it is. Would have absolutely obviously gone for an attack instead of having my Ursaluna behind a sub. But it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay. So now all we can really do, my Hades goes last and it's gonna be locked into a move. I am going to Facade, and then I'm going to, I almost want to just Destiny Bomb, but then it's like, there's no point. We will just Dark Pulse the Tatsugiri slot. He has Protect, of course he does. Why wouldn't he? Yeah, that was a really brutal turn. If I just double attack there, we are probably in an okay position, not like a winning position, but definitely an okay position. The good news is that my Papa's getting HP back, but he's -1/-1, so anything's breaking his sub anyway. Let's Facade and Dark Pulse. Does he get the double protect? Let's find out. I am gonna come back better next week, guys. That was unfortunate that I took the risk. when it double attack. I mean, being behind a sub is really good, don't get it twisted, but obviously be much better to just not be behind a sub. You know, it'd be great. I got the crit anyway! All right, Dozo's down, but this is definitely looking like another 3-0. I imagine anyone that comes in, unless this does crazy damage, yeah. We have 2 turns to trick room left. Actually, I mean, there's a chance. There's a slight chance the way this could play out. Because if Wheezing comes in, you know, I'm not ready to give up yet. We know for a fact Wheezing has Protect, right? Like, without a doubt, Wheezing has Protect. And Geary probably has Protect, right? He knows that he's going as Trick Room team. He's going to be packing Protect on as many things as possible. Slacking's probably the only thing that doesn't have Protect. If we can get through this game, we can have the potential Destiny Bond reveal. That would be kind of hype. Oh, he actually goes back into Slacking. Okay, he goes into Slacking, which is a little brutal for me because I need to make the right play here for sure. I imagine that Headlong Rush without Guts doesn't take out Slacking, unfortunately. But I think I'm supposed to just go for this. I'm supposed to Headlong Rush to Slacking, hope it crits, hope I take him out. Because the Geary has Protect, right? I mean, Slacking could have Protect too. Slacking could have Protect. My Houndoom is going last, so my Houndoom is getting knocked out here. We're gonna Headlong Rush. Is it enough? We see no Protects. It is enough to take the slide. It is a crit! Don't know if the crit matters, but it is a crit. Now the question is, does the Geary target down the Ursaluna or the Houndoom? Because it didn't Protect. Muddy Water, oh, he just targets down both. Yeah, I mean, that'll do it. That's one way to just, so the other way is the correct way. My sub does fade. Houndoom goes down. Wheezing's in the back. He's got his Wheezing in the back. We know Wheezing has Protect, right? Like, for sure, without a doubt, Wheezing has Protect. Twisted Dimension returns to normal. That should be game. Yeah, that's brutal. Oh, dude, I want to know who he attacks with Slacking on that turn. I got to ask or I got to watch. One of the two. The gas is neutral. The gas is neutral. My defenses are too low to win this one now. I am just going to Headlong Rush the Geary. I guess, to be honest with you, he probably EQ'd with Slacking anyway, right? He probably just EQ'd and Muddy Watered. Yeah, Spread Moves win, man. Spread Moves just win, unless I dodge. Dodging was the only chance I had there. But GG Aaron, he got me very, very easily. Incredible player. And unfortunately, your Mankeys are 0-2 at the start of the season. We are going to pick it up, though, because we've got both of the commentators' curse out of the way. Thank you for all your support. I will see you next week for another game of the Wolfie Draft League. Keep it shady.